PGF News, in the house, on the desk.
So, everybody knows, the entire planet at this point, Gatwick Airport, south of London, has been closed for how long? What, 2-3 days?
Yeah, it was closed for 2 days. And this got us thinking, as avid kind of drone enthusiasts ourselves, we wanted to bring to you all the information we found out about Gatwick and answer the question, what really happened?
So tell me, mate, what really happened at Gatwick?
In case you don't know, Wednesday, 9 o'clock, 2 drones sighted at Gatwick.
And then, next up, about 3 o'clock in the morning, after they'd already closed down the runway, they reopen it again. They've not seen any drones for a while. They're like, yeah, let's open it up.
Safe.
3:45, 3/4 an hour later, bam, another drone. Closed. Yeah. What's going on at this point, right?
Nobody knows. People are losing their shit. At 10:20 Thursday morning, Sussex police came out and confirmed that it was a deliberate attack on Gatwick Airport by at least 1, if not 2 drones. In the following 24-hour time period, there were a lot of crap that went on. A lot of people slept on the floor, really pissed off.
A lot of people complaining about Christmas, like, oh, it's my Christmas, it's ruined.
Really bad.
On the floor of Gatwick Airport. So there's 140,000 people at Gatwick, right? Yeah. Only 50 people saw a drone.
Yep, and only 2 photos emerged. By 6:30 AM on Friday, it was reopened, and by 10 o'clock on Friday, 2 people were arrested, who have been subsequently let go.
Yeah, and now the main thing is that actually there wasn't a drone at all. We went from having an airport closed down for 2 days because of 2 drones flying around throughout the day, throughout the night, keeping the aircraft on the ground, to having 2 people arrested that had nothing to do with it. They were at home, as far as I know.
Stories like this, they come up in the media, they get spun up, and the media focuses on it in like a day or 2 day period, and then it disappears to nothing.
We're going to talk about what we think happened at Gatwick and why we think it was such a big deal, because I can tell you right now that they're saying there's no drones, I said that on Thursday.
It did. I literally have a text from Jack saying, nice drones, there isn't any.
Nice drones don't exist.
We're gonna Alex Jones this bitch.
So we've got a couple of main theories, right? So first of all, we can blame the government.
Yeah.
I mean, basically all of these are going to be blaming the government, but in different forms.
Different ways.
Okay. So the first one is that this is a false flag. So nothing actually happened. The government are basically just saying that something happened, putting a lot of things into motion that aren't really anything.
Yeah.
So they called the army on scene, the police were involved, yeah. That doesn't mean anything. When we had the news story break to start with, nobody knew anything. Nobody had any pictures of the drones, nobody could say when they'd seen it, where they'd seen it, what they'd even seen.
It was the lack of detail.
But then they said it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
They said it's industrial.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Right? You need to have evidence. You can't just shut down Gatwick on a whim, like, oh, there might be a drone, better shut it down. Like, that somebody knew something.
Yeah, in that time period.
Somebody knew nothing.
Yeah.
And they just said it anyway.
So the government does, every government kind of does false flags in these ways. If you are into conspiracy theories, you'll know a lot about this. There's the reason kind of why that they want to do it. Like obviously a lot of government and lobby groups from airports and the pilots and stuff themselves, there's a lot of pressure on government to get drones banned. Yeah, the anti-drone movement. You'll notice that a week before this story broke in the news, there was another story about a different airline that got hit by a drone. With what happened in the lead up to this, it was all Brexit. Theresa May is going to be
out. Have a distraction.
Yeah. Distraction technique.
Because like the last thing I remember hearing about the news was there was going to be a vote of no confidence in Theresa May.
You had Jacob Rees-Mogg going to the 1922 committee.
Then she won, so she didn't get the vote of no confidence. She won. So what? Then suddenly this drone thing happens. Like maybe that's connected. Who knows? Now imagine if it was the same thing, but instead of a drone shutting down Gatwick Airport, it was a bomb.
Yeah, this is the other thing.
People would be losing their minds.
Yeah.
Like this would be the biggest news story of 2018. We wouldn't shut up about it for another 5 years. The Gatwick bomb. Gatwick bomb.
Every airport in the country, like as soon as everything would shut down and it would all close and no one would go in over Christmas, the plane industry would collapse. So this is the other side of things. The fact that the Gatwick drone was a cover-up of something worse. As Jack said, drones are trivialised, and like if there was a bomb,
it's like,
Gatwick,
ooh, that's bad, but it's not really that bad because it's a drone. That makes me think, why did they not shut down all the other airports? If it was a serious thing that was happening, then why would they not think, oh, maybe it's happening in Manchester, maybe it's happening in Heathrow, maybe it's Luton as well. why did they only shut down Gatwick? If it was a targeted attack, like we could possibly say there was some kind of threat towards Gatwick, like, oh, we're going to shut you down for 2 days because whatever. If it was a terrorist cell, if it was some kind of anti-flight, anti-new Gatwick runway group, something like that, I think they would have taken the blame for it. I think they would have spoken up and said, yeah.
But this is the way you combat terrorism.
Because that's how you win, isn't it? Like, you're like, yeah, go on, I did that. Yeah. So actually, I have power over you. So you have to do something about what I'm going to say.
So that's in the fight against terrorist attacks, like, you know, if it was a terrorist cell that did this attack, and not with a drone, but with something else, and they used a drone as a false flag to not make people panic as a cover-up, then that kind of act in itself kind of defeats terrorism because no one can claim it because they're saying it was a drone. True. And then, you know, everyone gets really upset and they need someone to blame, and then they blame these two people whose all names and stuff got out in the press, who have been released now.
The newspapers went through their Facebook pages, they dragged up all their old history, they were speaking to their friends and families and colleagues and everything, like, all of this stuff. They were arrested at 10 o'clock on Friday night, okay?
No, they were arrested.
They've already been released, so in that weekend, like, all of their dirty laundry has just been aired, and they've done nothing. They've done nothing wrong whatsoever.
It was on the front page of the Daily Mail that they were accused of being scum.
They said, and I'll find it, I've got it here, are these the morons that ruined Christmas?
Yeah.
How does that make a person feel that they've had no involvement whatsoever, and suddenly this... Was it the Sun or the...
No, it was the Daily Mail.
It was the Mail. It was the Mail. It's suddenly got their photograph on the front of the newspaper calling them morons for ruining Christmas. They've not done anything. So at this point, I think guilty before proven innocent.
Yeah. So all of these things kind of happened at the Gatwick drone attack. Make sure you let us know what you guys think happened, what you think of the theories. Like, we haven't came up with all of these. We did a bit of research online. There's also people pointing fingers at eco-warriors, saying that it was a thing like that. An anti-Gatwick expansion group has been blamed to kind of say all this disruption happens.
Because they don't want another runway at Gatwick, which they said they would build in 2019, maybe.
There's been it's been accused of being a cover-up for a number of different things that may or may not have happened at that time, hiding some other kind of Gatwick activities that were going on.
Theory.
Yeah.
No. It's just before Christmas, right?
And all through the house.
Just before Christmas.
Yeah.
The week before Christmas. So everybody's just finished buying their presents.
Everyone's going mental.
They're like the people that are getting their last present. They're going to visit their family overseas, like family that live, like maybe they're expats, they live in Spain or something like that. They're going over to see them. Maybe it'll be the last time they get to leave before Brexit happens, and they're never going to be able to see the rest of their family again because we're going to unhook the chain of the UK and float off into the distance. Sea. But I tell you what, right? They've ruined Christmas. You know who hates Christmas, don't you? You know who hates Christmas more than any other person on the planet?
You telling me?
Mate, I reckon it was.
You reckon it was?
I reckon it's all. I think it's a cover up to explain that the Grinch shut down Gatwick Airport for Christmas.
Oh shit! It was the Grinch. Benedict Cumberbatch. You bastard!
Cumbergrinch. You ruined Christmas.
You did ruin Christmas, mate.
You ruined it.
Fucking ruined it.
Ruined it. Get out!
So, what it was government false flag operation. That's what really happened at the Gatwick drone thing. It will all fizzle out into nothing, unless we are wrong at this course. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Well, if we're right, then we'll be heralded as geniuses. Could you imagine if Alex Jones gets us on a show because he's like, no, you guys are such good conspiracy theorists.
We release the video,
and
they're like, oh, they nailed it.
Yeah, they get us. They get us.
We're gone, mate. If this is the last video we ever release, you know
what happened. If this is the last video we ever release, make sure you subscribe, because why not? You subscribe to PewDiePie, why not subscribe to us?
Yeah, let's have a three-way race.
Yeah.
T-Series,
PewDiePie, PGF.
Why did you put us so far back?
Well, because we are we're down. I mean, we're up on quality.
Yeah, and content.
Oh, wait.
I wouldn't say that. Yeah. We just made a 10-minute video talking about why drones don't exist.
Look, let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And we'll be back next time with more PGF news in the house.
On the desk.
Laters.